What's up there, guys? Welcome back to Digger Detecting. Welcome also to a nice early morning out in the bush. And I don't advise anybody to do this, walk out into the bush if you don't know your surroundings. Thankfully, we've been here many times, and I know where I'm going today. I'm heading straight over to Mum's birthday patch. And the reason why I've called it the Mum's birthday patch is I found this area on Mum's birthday. So very interesting area, and we've actually pulled about 10 grams of gold out of here in the last couple of weeks. So we're going to continue getting over here. It's early, I know, but we're trying to beat the heat today. It's going to be 37 degrees. So we're beating the heat. We've got the GPX-6000. We've got our lunch in our backpack. In the next half an hour, we're going to see daylight coming through those trees. Let's continue on over to Mum's birthday patch and let's start finding the gold. Well, welcome to a spectacular morning there, everyone. It's going to be a hot day, as I said, but what a cracker morning it is. And I love getting out early in the morning for this exact reason. It's peaceful, it's quiet, you get to watch the sunrise, and at the same time, if you're lucky, you get to find gold. And we're lucky this morning. We've got 3 bits in the scoop already. So the first bit you can see there, he's a real nuggety nug, and he's encased in like an ironstone type rock. The next one is very similar. He's a flat nug though. He's encased in that ironstone once again. And the last one up in front, he was actually put, or actually come out of a bit of sandstone. So there we go. 2 little nugs out of the rock and 1 out of the sandstone. I can't wait to get home, crush them, weigh them, see what they contain. Even this one here, he looks like, well, only a small one from outside, but you never know what else is contained in the rock there. So awesome little nuggets to start us off. That's 3 in the last hour and a half. And what I'm going to do, I've sort of hummed around this area quite a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm making my way down to the gully. I'd like to cross the gully because I can see a few test miners holes over there which I've never attacked. So while we're this close, let's go do them. And then we're going to get back over to the right hand side here, and that's where I'm seeing a lot of costines and trenching out and also test holes. And the miners have been trying to pick up the reef line, exactly what you're seeing right here behind us. So they're going to go east-west, because all the reefs are running north-south. So they're what the miners are doing when they trench this way. As I said, instead of trenching that way north-south, following the reef, it makes sense to trench along it and try and pick it up. So you can see there the miners had a bit of a go. He's found all the slate and the sandstones, what have you. But up further is where they actually have picked up the old reef. And that's where the gold is shedding out from. And you can really see that in the gold coming out of the rock there, and also what's trailing down the hill with all the miners' holes pitting out. So they knew where the gold was and they've attacked it hard. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to stop and have a break and then get back into it. Righto, well, I did not film this one because I did not think it was going to be gold, even though that's what I'm looking for. And we were just sitting up, let me give you a look before we show you the gold. We were just sitting up over there having a bit of breakfast, and we're looking over this side saying that we wanted to get over here and attack it because we could see a few little miners' holes pitted out on this hill, and it looks like this is where they've been washing all the material. And you can see all that quartz and sandstone and slate and ironstone all mixed together and smashed on the surface, and that's a good indication of the miners being around here and looking for the gold. So let's put you onto Bluetooth, or off Bluetooth. That's what I heard. Very faint. And to be honest, I nearly walked away. I thought a bit of ground noise, because I am running the sensitivity so high today. So I thought a bit of ground noise or a bit of EMI on that one. But in actual fact, well, it's gold. Number 4. So, and we're going to jump back across the gully very soon. I was looking at that log thinking, do I cross it? But I think that's a bit silly. What we'll do is we'll continue on up, try and find a bit more gold, and then jump over the gully and then get back up onto Mum's patch. We're still around it. We hummed around there this morning. That's where we got our 3 bits of gold in the dark. Now we're just exploring new areas. So awesome stuff. 4th bit of gold into the bottle. Let's keep on going. Oh, we still have not crossed back over that gully just yet. What's got my attention right now is these pile of stones and rocks and slate that's been pulled out of that hole by the looks. And we're going to have a bit of a hum around here. And not only that, I've got a sick target right here. Have a listen to this one. He sounds sick. Generally when you hear those sounds too, They're either a 22 bullet cap, a percussion cap, or a big chunk of gold. So I'm hoping for the latter, the big chunk of gold. It's just not the right soil though. So I'm a bit, yeah, look, I'm a bit skeptical on this one. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a percussion cap off an old miner's gun. But we could get lucky. And he's out. There we go. We're probably going to be able to find him pretty easy. Let's just have a bit of a handful. There he is. He's still in my hand. What are we going to get out? Oh, there we go. It's not a bit of gold. It's a big chunk of lead on that one. It's a big signal. So, Jesus, it'd be nice if that was gold, wouldn't it? Because he would have been probably 2 or 3 grammer. But unfortunately, it's lead. Let's keep going. Well, we are nearly going to be able to push out of here soon. It's getting extremely hot, and I'm getting pretty happy with the amount of gold that I've got in the container. This is going to be the 5th bit right here that we're sitting on right now. And he's not all that, well, he's not huge, but look, he's not small either. He's not the tiny bit that we were finding there before and we were struggling with. We nearly walked away from. Thankfully we didn't, and we got him in the container. That's number 5 bit of gold though, and you can see why I'm really puddling around this area here. What the miners have done is they've recognised that the lead has come up to the surface here, so it's outcropping on the surface, all the quartz and reef and ironstone and sandstones and slates. Up in front of me is where they've dug down deeper to attack the wash, but down here, or off here on the side of the hill, the wash lines obviously come up to the surface, and they've just taken the hole 20-30 centimetres off the top and probably loamed it and sluiced it, well, loamed their way up to here to find it, but once they've found this area, they have just literally stripped everything off the top to get the gold, and they would have washed it all, and they would have been washing out pieces such as this. So interesting stuff, and the best places that you can do with a detector, you know, like you could go down here into this real surfaced area right onto the bedrock and the shale and the sandstone. Chances are that you're probably not going to find any gold because the miners took it all. As you can see, that would have been original ground level up over there, so you can see how far they've went down, and they've done that all the way around us. So I'm not saying you couldn't get gold in here. You will probably get it, but it'll be little, or it might be a big bit that everybody else has missed. But the best places to get gold in these sorts of areas, the surface areas, I find, is to work the outsides. So what I'm doing here, you know, I've come away from the area where they've taken the top off, and there is my first bit of gold, and it's in between a miner's hole and where they've surfaced it. So interesting stuff, and pay attention to your ground, because that is what's going to help you put onto the or put you onto the gold. So much easier. Anyway, let's bag this one, tag him, and then let's get on to the next. All right guys, we're still going, we're still battling along. The only thing that's keeping us here is that breeze. The wind is quite nice, and we've got away from that shallow surfaced area now. And look, we're back to where I marked an area there the other week, and I was just quickly walking through here. I had the coil on the ground, and bingo, I got a bit of gold. Not that one, I'm going to show you in a second, but we got a bit of gold out from here, and it was a real jaggedy, reefy, coursey bit. And the best thing to learn about gold is the gold that you're finding. Every bit of gold that you find, you should be observing and inspecting and seeing what it's telling you. And that little bit of gold that I found there the other week, walking through here quickly, it told me that it is jaggedy gold. It told me that it has not traveled far from its source, and it told me to come back here and, well, hunt it again. So we're just looking for our next bit of gold, and oh, look, I've dug a lot of lead, and I'll show you at the end of this video just how much lead that I have dug. But just coming up here, and look, I'm really hoping to hit on another bit of gold before I walk out of here, and we've done just that. But what's interesting about this bit of gold is, once again, what I just said about the last bit of gold. It had not traveled far. It's not far from its source at all. It's still got that jaggedy type look to it, that real coarse, rough look to it. And as I said, the best teacher of gold is gold, and every bit that you find, you should be checking out. And look, is it water worn? Is it rounded? Is it flat? Is it smooth? Is it sharp? Is it jaggedy? Has it still got ironstone attached to it, or quartz attached to it? In this case, I can't see any ironstone or quartz, just a bit of dirt attached to him. But look how reefy and jaggedy that bit of gold is, meaning that it has not shed far from the source, and it has not travelled very far. So, and the same with the bit there I found the other day right there. He was jaggedy, he was reefy, he was sharp-edged bit of gold. So look, once again, learn from the gold that you're finding, and then come back and hunt those areas. And I didn't have time to hunt this the other day. and I really don't have time to hunt it today. If it gets too hot, I'm going to push out of here. But while it's nice and cool, while we've got that breeze behind our back, we're going to continue up on this hill and see if we can't get a little bit more jaggedy, reefy gold. Let's keep going. All right, guys, well, we are going to finish up right here. It's been a long day, or a long morning, I should say. Remember, we've been going since about 4 o'clock this morning, and we got onto the gold fields at about 6 o'clock. So we've just been working this hill up in front of us. The car is up on the next hill. We need to get down this gully, up the next gully, and back to the car, and then get out of here. Before we do that, though, I just want to show you this structure here, this sedimentary layer, or the bedrock layer, I should say. And it looks like it's like a slate or a sandstone type layer. And this is very, very interesting. Like, I don't exactly, I don't think there's going to be any gold in there or down there, not unless it's travelled off the source down the hill. So I'm not saying that's the source of the gold, but that is bedrock right there. And that bedrock continues right the way through. And in actual fact, you can see it on that corner hill there. Let's get away from my finger. There's a bit more of it there protruding from the side of the gully. And as you go up the hill, it sort of sticks out. You must go up the hill and start outcropping on the hill, because that's what we were seeing up there before. And it must dip down as it heads eastwards. So very, very interesting. Very interesting. And things like that, the sharp quartz, the rounded quartz, the sharp quartz coming off the reefs, the rounded quartz coming from the old deep alluvial riverbeds, ancient riverbeds where the miners were hitting on. Those sorts of things, everything, painting a picture in the goldfields is just fascinating. And the more time you spend out here, the more I feel that you learn and take in. And it helps paint that bigger picture for you to understand more. And you remember the miners, they didn't just come out here for a day trip like we do. They actually lived out here. They lived it, breathed it, seen it every day. They had to understand it and had to know what it all meant, because seeing things like that, geological structures like that, and sedimentary layers, and different mineralization in the ground is what I'm trying to think of. That's what the miners were chasing. Even the vegetation they looked at, where the vegetation changed, is sometimes showing different areas of gold. So the miners knew all that, and as I said, they had to know all that, because they were out here time and time again, living out here on the field. And in actual fact, reading so much lately on Trove, the miners back in the day, they had to get about an ounce a week of gold to survive. So that's a lot of gold, 31.1 grams, an ounce a week of gold to survive. And an ounce of gold back in the day, 1850s, 1860s, it's not like what it is today. An ounce of gold today is worth $4,664 currently at the moment. An ounce of gold back in the day, though, to the miners was worth, excuse me, was worth £3. So £3 for an ounce of gold, and the miners had to get that ounce of gold every week and the £3 every week just to survive. So anyway, fascinating stuff. I hope you've enjoyed. We're going to get back to the car now, and we're going to weigh up all our gold, crush it out of the stone, and see exactly what we've got. So we'll see you there. Rightio guys, well, I said we were going to meet back at the car out in the bush, but instead we're meeting in the shed at the other car. There's a cheap car challenge, the cheap car Commodore. And we've still got to get back to him. And look, he has done a lot of work lately, or I've done a lot of work to it, sanding and trying to get it finished ready for prep and paint. So look, that's yet to come. What we've done today though is the gold. And look, we've got 2, 4, 6 pieces there exposed, and 1 hiding in the rock, or sort of hiding in the rock, just coming out there. And what's interesting, as I said, about those rock pieces, I'll be very interested to crush that one up. You see one piece, however, when you crush them up, sometimes you see multiple, or you get multiple pieces out. So can't wait to crush him. We'll give you a look at the other gold there. I'll just zoom in and focus a bit better. We've got 3, 4 nice pieces and 2 little pieces there. The 2 of the pieces are very rounded, and the other 3 pieces there are very jaggedy and sharp. And as I said, the best teacher of gold is the gold itself. So look at the bits of gold that you're finding. Make sure you understand what they're telling you. And those 2 bits especially, being so reefy and jaggedy and rough and sharp gold, they're telling me to get back to that area and hunt it again, because no doubt we're going to find a lot more as we head towards the source of the gold. And I know where the source of the gold is and the reef is, because I can see that the miners dug it up. But what we're looking for is gold that's travelled away from that source, like those 2 pieces there. So let's look, let's zoom you back in. I'm doing a shocking job at this, sorry. Let's just first put on these 2 tiny pieces, little water-worn pieces. the ones that we found at the start. And we've got 0.05 or 0.07. Now let's add the rest. So we're going to add those 2 rough coarse bits, and bingo, straight up to 0.28, not bad. And we're going to also add this next rough coarse bit, and he was found not too far away once again, but nowhere near those two. He was actually found on the other side of the hill. So let's drop him in as well. And oh, nice. He was very chunky, 0.52, and I think he's still got a little bit of ironstone off there, hanging off on that one, so we might try and break him out. And same as this one, we need to bust him out because we're not going to get a true weight or measurement until we get rid of that rock. So let's do that. Let's bust him out of the rock, especially this one, and let's see what we've got. I did not show that one just then, but we have busted out a little bit of the rock off that large nugget. So I'm happy to let him go. I'm happy to put him back. And we're going to get the rest off, and we're going to basically bust these up. The first one's sitting here waiting patiently. And you can see the gold on one side. Where is he? There. But you can't see it on the other side. So we're just going to carefully break that rock off. Very carefully. They only require a really light little tap. And I'm doing a shocking job at filming once again. I'm trying my best with my, trying to look through the camera and look at what I'm doing at the same time. So look, that'll do for that one. I'm pretty happy to put him over there with the rest. And now, the last one, zoomed into 0.3. We're going to see this crack up and see if there's any more gold. Actually, I'm going to zoom you out a bit because I'm very, very shaky. Let's just very gently give him a crack. And you've got to be careful with these because I said you can get a lot more gold out of there. There he goes. A lot more gold out of there than what you think. So I don't know if he's going to contain any more. But that one there just jumps straight out. He's a nice little flat bit. So let's put him with the rest. Very shiny. It's shinier than the rest too. And we're just double checking this material. I'm going to zoom in here. You can see it's sort of like a basalt mixed in with a quartz, mixed in with a bit of ironstone. It's some really funny material, but that's where the gold's coming out from in this area. So let's just keep smashing him down very gently. And if there's anything else, we'll come back and show you. I need 2 hands to do this because I'm very shaky. If not, we're going to put this to the side and we're going to weigh up exactly what we've got and see what we've got. Definitely no more gold left in that material there. Maybe the finest specks that I'm seeing. But look, not worth my time or not worth my energy to pan or pick them up. So what we have got though up above here is all our good gold, the gold that we found today, and some of that prickly gold, which has really intrigued me to get back to this spot and hit it again. So let's put it all on the scales. Let's give you a look at what we've done. I've done some shocking camera work this afternoon, sorry. But can you see the scales there? 0.46. We're going to get about half a gram, I reckon. Or over. Oh, easily over. 0.63. So 0.63 of a gram. Today's gold price is around $148, $149 a gram, Australian price. So nearly 150 bucks a gram. And if you're getting a 0.63 of a gram, that's about 80, 90 bucks worth of gold in that container, in that little pan. I know it doesn't look like it. It's crazy to say. If the miners seen that, they would probably laugh at you for back in the day, because that's just not cutting it for their day. But for our day, to get that, get that amount of gold, it cost me around 30 bucks in fuel to get up there. We'll get to go out and enjoy, have a bit of fun, and also put a bit of gold into a container for the month of March. So I really hope you enjoyed, guys. 0.63 of a gram. And look, one thing about that prickly gold, I'll just say, looking at it and talking about it, I'll be looking forward to getting back there and finding more, because where there's a little bit of that gold shedding off the reef, down the hill, there's bound to be more. And I look forward to seeing you there. So hit that like, hit that comment, and make sure you subscribe for all our future adventures. Cheers, happy hunting.